Inside your radio, rural radio, Sirius XM 147, outside the barrel. We're back with Flint.
Welcome back to the big show. Once again, 2 weeks in a row, music in studio without revealing. At least this week I remembered. Happy to welcome into the studio. I have quickly learned to like his music, watching on YouTube, listening, but I'm a little disappointed. I'll introduce him this way. A man soon to release his seventh studio album. It's called Till I'm Gone. It's out September 21st. However, he has one downfall. He's never been to Montana.
Yeah.
We have learned that off the air. Frank Foster with us in studio. Come on, Frank.
Hey,
I mean,
man.
You Southern guys, Louisiana guys, you got to get up here where it snows once in a while.
I know it, man. I don't think they make boots in Louisiana to walk that far, man. Montana, look, I've always, I've always admired it from afar. It's definitely somewhere I need to take a trip one time, man. But like I told you before we came on air, that tour bus fuel's kind of stout, man. I don't know if I've sold enough records to foot that bill yet.
Well, you guys, you down there, you have like snakes and gators and spiders and bugs. We have grizzly bears, elk, badgers, all the stuff that matters.
That's right.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you something I've never asked anybody else.
Uh-oh.
When I'm sitting here writing the name of your album, Till I'm Gone, who decides on the name of an album? I've always wanted to know that. Who makes that decision? Let's call this album this.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the in a normal everyday artist world, I wouldn't know. I'm not on a record label. I've kind of done my own thing forever. So at the end of the day, every album that I've ever came out with, I've decided to name it, what it is. So that's kind of been me. I'll take votes from the band and votes from my wife and friends and family. They always hear the music first, and
right.
It's just, and you know what, I've always tried to make the name of an album like think about it in a marketing standpoint. Like, what's it going to sound like? The Till I'm Gone tour, man, that sounds pretty cool. Or, you know what I mean? So you got to come up with a way to market it. And, Frank Foster, Till I'm Gone looks good on a t-shirt. So, we're liking it, man.
Deep. That's deep.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, everybody got to make a living.
No, but it fits what we were talking about before we went on air. I figured Till I'm Gone, I figured I'd be gone.
Yeah.
By now. I'm fooling them year after year. That'd look good on a t-shirt too. Fooled him again in 2018.
Yeah, Flint got him again.
Yeah, got him again.
That's right.
Frank Foster with us in studio. Uniquely, every song on your album's written by you, and I think in today's world, maybe it's not as unique as I think it is, but I mean, to me, that you know the message you want to get across on an album. You know your connection. You know how you want to connect. Basically, you know the story you want to tell through your music. Am I on track there?
Yeah,
I think it makes it better when you perform it.
Yeah, you're definitely on track, and to say it's unique, man, is not very far fetched. I mean, this day and time, a lot of artists, and more power to them. They'll have a team of writers, and that's all well and good. But I grew up on guys who wrote their own music, and the artist was the singer was the songwriter, the guy that lived it, and that's the kind of music I gravitated to, and I've always wanted to be that type of artist, and good, bad, or indifferent, I'll write the songs and stick them out there, and whether they're well received or whether they're not, I can look myself in the mirror and be happy with what I did because it was all me.
And this just crossed my mind. We were joking about you're from down there, I'm from Montana, you've never been here. Wherever somebody is from, you hear it in what they write. Like, being a guy from Montana, I learned through music what a holler was and what a whippoorwill was. I've learned Southern references simply because of music. I would have never known that if it wasn't for the music I listened to. Our love is deeper than a holler. Yeah. Randy Travis. What the hell's that?
That's right.
So
That's
I had to learn that. But you can hear that, can't you?
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. There's no doubt about it. And there's definitely in my music, man, a ton of references to where I was born and raised at, in Louisiana, and a ton of references all about the South. It's, we still tip our hat to where we come from and where we've been. And it's, I think that's the way you ought to do it, man.
I don't know. I just think there's more pride in the South. I mean, people up here, we always talk about being from the 406 because we have one area code in Montana. But there's something that the South just has a more of a pride, I think. I don't know. But, I'm listening. I was listening to your first single, which is out there, watching it on YouTube, Something About Being Free. And you almost fool me. I'm not a great music analyst and not an expert on it, but the intro almost fools me, kind of the guitar and the bass drum. Then it hits hard. Yeah. It's like, oh, wait a second, this is coming at me pretty hard.
Yeah, man, that's kind of our MO, man. Our fans that have been with us for a while, man, we either do one or two things 99% of the time, and that's straight ahead traditional country music, or we do what we like to call our brand of Southern rock and roll, or just good old American rock and roll, man. Something about being free. It mentions John Cougar Mellencamp.
It mentions Johnny Cougar.
Johnny Cougar, yeah.
And I can hear him.
Yeah,
I can hear him in there.
Yeah,
you're a growler, man. I like it.
Yeah, man. You got to grind on him every now and then, man. So I mean, I grew up on all kinds of music, man, and he was a heavy influence on me just as much as a Bo Cephas was or anybody like that. Just because I felt like he put out honest music, and he was writing it,
Yeah.
John Cougar wrote Small Town. Nobody else did, and you can tell that when he sings it. And yeah, man. So something about being free is doing good for us right now.
I'm a mid '80s high school guy.
Oh man.
And it was Hurts So Good. When I hear Hurts So Good, I'm in my buddy's little convertible he had, Jack and Diane. But he gets referenced. He gets referenced a lot in music, but like it's the greats and the great songs get referenced. Like I'm just going to throw this out there. I do not, and Shannon's going to laugh because he knows I hate this song. I don't anticipate that in 30 years somebody's going to reference Sunrise, Sunburn, Sunset, Repeat.
Oh my God!
It isn't.
Oh my God!
It's got to be great to reference it.
That's not going to be on a vintage tee. I guarantee you, man.
Hey, between you and me, that's the worst song on radio.
Hey, man, it's if it ain't, it's in the top 2.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, I will say this. Way to sneak in a little video of yourself swinging a softball bat. Is that your little homage to, hey, man, I got a good baseball swing?
Man,
because you got a pretty good swing.
I'm going to tell you a secret, man. That's actually not me.
Oh, you're kidding. And the name is on the back of the jersey?
Yeah, but the thing is, my video guy, I was kind of, my older brother, he's always your hero if you got one or not. But,
oh, sure.
He won state championship for our high school in 1995, a long time ago, and that's his jersey from that state championship year. So I wanted to slip, slip that jersey in there as a tip of the hat to him, man. But my video guy, we shot the performance part of that video in Tennessee, but my video guy, he's from North Carolina. He went back out there, man. He's like, man, I got some kids out here. I'll film the rest of it out here and send it to you. And man, he called me a day or two in. He's like, Frank, I got this kid. He's like, dude, he looks like you. He's like, people are going to think it's you. You know what I mean? So we fooled a few folks, man. But yeah, kid had a good swing. I sent a still photo of that shot to my brother. And he thought it was me because he texted me right back. He said, pick your back shoulder up.
So what do you got coming up? I know this summer you spent a little time with Hank Jr., and you got some things coming up, cool places to be, people to be with. Absolutely, man. Got to go out with Hank again, and that's always, anybody who's close to me or has been following me for any amount of time, to me, it begins and ends with Hank Jr., man. I think he's one of the best to ever do it, and I don't think people will fully appreciate him until he's gone, man. But he's blended Southern rock and roll and country and blues and gospel his entire career, and I think that's brilliant. So being out with him was a dream. And yeah, man, for us, we got a ton coming up, man. We got this new album coming out. We'll be in Hattiesburg, Mississippi on September 21st, the night the album hits the streets, and be in my home state, Alexandria, Louisiana, the next night. We got a couple arena shows back to back there to turn this album loose on the fans, man. We're looking forward to it. Well, and Hank Jr., when he got injured so bad, it was in Montana. So he's got connections. That's right, man. He's up here. That's right. Listen, Frank, it's great to chat. Thanks for coming in. It's Till I'm Gone. is the album. It's out September 21st. Everybody check out Something About Being Free. It's one of those, it gets in my head. And that takes a good song to get in my head
because it isn't
sunrise, sun, whatever, rinse and repeat, whatever. Listen, good chat. And keep writing those songs. Keep kicking them out. We like your style. Thanks for coming in, my friend.
Absolutely, Flint, man. Thank y'all for having us, brother.
You got it. Frank Foster, September 21st, Till I'm Gone. We have more Outside the Barrel after a quick timeout.